Note: scripting will never be able to identify the mentionable selects of a whole generation. They are all remarkable and notable. However, these are some selects of the selects who comprise the next evolution of Wilmington's polyculture community. Another tiny revolution. Supporting characters.
Sister Muse. The Listener Sisters. Casting: Euro-American females, a couple of pretty and exceptionally talented besties.
School favorites, and they love to hang with the rabbits.
Sarah Nair. Her stature, quite striking. Even regal. Her moxie, innovative. Yet her personality, still humble, delightful, loyal. Casting: Swiss-American female, 18 to 21.
Auto listen.
Casting: French-American female, age 18 to 21. Her stature, quite heavenly, pretty like a runway model. Her moxie, innovative. Yet her personality, still adorable, humble, loyal. So much so that she steals the heart of a pretty wabbit.
Sister Muse. Glamour gals. Sweet fun-time gals. Sweet entanglements and sweet nourishment. Intellectuals, they're compelling conversationalists. But just regular peachy gals. Just angelic, wholesome gals. In fact, unexpectedly, they appear as two of the loving muses, and serve as scene narrative or embellishment. Sister Muse.
Watanabe. Casting: Euro-American male, age 15 to 17. They're rockin' little drummer boy. Son of a respected city doctor. And prominent politician. You think he'd be reserved, but Watt doesn't care, and he's kinda outrageous. And they love him for it. Though he's GQ pretty in band photos. His friends adore him. His parents raised him to be compassionate, and just. So he unknowingly, by example, encourages this fusion community to be the same. But leads with an extra bout of humble humility. Watanabe. Daniel. Watt's brother. So parents? Ditto ditto. Just as congenial. Just as humble. Just as compassionate. And just. Daniel is also in the band with brother Watt. Along with extra and Tsunami. Daniel has an equally positive influence on this community. Not known to be as outrageous as his bro, but can be often twice as sweet. Daniel. Casting: Euro-American male, age 15 to 17.
The Beckers. Casting: Euro-Americans, ages 15 to 17. A couple of the city's newer implants. Sibling superior. Cooler than a brother-sister pair is even allowed to be.
Blake. Genius keyboard and master composer. Music and imaging. Highly intellectual and ornamented. If he could gaze into his future, he'll discover nearly the opposite to be true, as he evolves into a mindful, spiritual, contemplative, minimalistic creator, better serving his richer calling as an artist. Blake.
M. Lover of music. She's a guitar hobbyist and master vocal harmonist. A lover of books. She's an avid academic. A lover of wardrobe and costume. Her future will prove mastery of the fashion accessory. M.
Lisa East. Blake and M's cousin. M's BFF. Why East? As in Easton. Well, she looks like a pocket-sized version of Sheena Easton. Lisa East.
M. In Blake. Local icons. Cooler than siblings are allowed to be. The Beckers.
Jane Frank. Casting: Euro-American male, age 15 to 17. Baby boy blue. Baby boy cute. Baby boy gets an early start. The extra work pays off, giving him an extra jubilant spirit, an extra capability to play extra special instruments with extra special people. Jane Frank. Extra concentrated. Extra nuance. Extra rad. Extra swag. With extra rip. Extra loving. Extra lovable. And extra in love. A dominating duo. Two parts of a titillating trio. Who is this extra advantage? A partner in music. Often his muse. His counter amusements.
Janie Mann. Casting: Euro-American female, age 15 to 17. Who bears some extra extraordinary gifts of her own.
She's a remarkably talented singer-songwriter of the musical folk genre.
You know how a female bassist is one of the coolest musicians one can be? Well, Janie Man helped make that so. Another baddie riding low on the groove. Janie Man. A curly cutie before the term baddie.
Extra retro before it was retro. We appreciate the extra early stuff. Cuz
J. Frankie. And Janie Man. Or being all. Extra.
Kenneth Drix. Ken Drix. Casting. Euro-American male age 15 to 17. Theater kid. Triple threat. TV film kid. Movie cutie. Sweet kid. Adoring through and through. His theater easily transfers, develops, then flourishes into his secret alter ego. Impersonator Drixie. Which he only performs for himself, so no one knows. Only a few from this fusion community. They've met her.
Jake Crates. Casting, Euro-American male age 15 to 17. Appreciates a good skateboard thrashing as much as the next alternative teen of the current. Electric guitarist through and through. Enjoys a good band rehearsal more than any. So much that later, he's part of a movement that eventually creates a new form of alternative rock. Another local trailblazer.
Dear Annie. And triplets. We'll get to her later. For now, let it do to say, this is her BFF. Triplets. Trip. Casting, Euro-American age 15 to 17. One rarely seen without the other, but no two colors are like the others in this fusion rainbow. Trip adorns herself in ornate black garb. She's emo before the emo. She's the elegant side of goth. Let's call her Ella Goth. Nor does her quiet soul brood darkness. But instead, she exudes a whirling sweetness. 3 times over, a triplet. Her bookend, her beloved, her both.
They call him Sloth. Casting, Euro-American male age 15 to 17. He speaks gently, kindly, while moving and gesturing in a particularly slow manner. Thus the name, Sloth. Like Trip, he wears dark goth, sometimes a little grunge, sometimes a little great one, sometimes a little gravitas. Sometimes the two fashion themselves as their gender counterparts, or matching opposites. Thus the term, bookends. A gracefully shadowy pair.
Lou Allen. This is Sloth's BF. His brethren. His bro. Casting. Euro-American male age 15 to 17. Again, like Dur and Trip, one rarely seen without the other. They're alike, but unalike. Lou doesn't really subscribe to one fashion or the other, though the occasional leather is among his wearables. The casual fatigues seem more his style. Remember the non-sensually affectionate slumber of these two? Sloth and Lou. Where they do match is in the gentility of spirit. BFs. Bros. Brethren.
Mr. Chaz. The Mighty Fried Piper. Casting, Euro-American male age 15 to 17. He often wears a trench, scarf, and the occasional fedora, many times reminiscent of British TV's Doctor Who. And curious for a boy teen of his age, he even carries a pipe. Hence the subtag to his name. He's an intuitive genius, with natural intuition for most things technical, and the best burst of them, being musical. A knack since early childhood, but never seems to train for it. Additionally, he's one of those peculiar guitarists that plays lead with his thumb. He loves to serenade a single person or group of friends. People treasure him for it, and tend to follow him and his acoustic from room to room. Thus, he's like the Pied Piper. We'll just let you figure the fried part. Another notable attribute are his lovely curly blonde locks. So fulsome, they inspired one of the leading characters in this series to have hair like a lion's mane. Mr. Chaz.
As mentioned, Rally's counsel is equally cool. Made cooler by the multi-college Young Life. An absolute favorite
is Lil June. African-American female age 15 to 17. One of the most unique gals you can ever meet. She's pretty, friendly, but not to be kicked over. Or with. She plays bass. Even fronts her own band. Full of good humor and wild times. She's a total riot.
Other triangle highlights are
Brady
in DC.
Now, back to the Wilmington Four Thinkers. In the interest of time, highlighting this massive commune of revolutionary tender-hearted teens, let's make it quicker by character flashes.
There's Jem. Guitarist. Nurturer of all things feeling. Rocky and rugged. Or dearly divine.
There's Matthew Levy. Half-pint genius. Brain simply towers above his lil body.
Moppet. Nouveau Western Studley. King of the vintage car.
Mara. Mature for her age. She delves deep into the eccentric parts of the urban and the progressive parts European. She's neo-soul before neo-soul.
The Garcia sisters, very much unalike, but alike in all things cool.
Joe Anthony Joe. The box. He was born to think outside it. A cute lil punky funky squirt. And charismatic band front.
Lolo the lovely. Sweet mod art pixie model.
Bella, Mr. Mamatuba, stud before the studs.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Spunky little dancer sprite. The name says it all.
Little Nancy, the punk rock pixie.
Bits of both.
Birds, the punk rock ballerina.
Taishi. A model. The Mocha Chic babe doll.
Stefan F.
Fisher T, Mr. Could He Should He.
Wimber.
Nardi B.
Herbs.
Care. And Burger. Do. Millie.
Skids.
Each having their own uniquely humane temperament and revolutionary characterization that makes them special. And one of the most compelling of them all.
Shelley Punk. Casting, Euro-American female aged 22 to 25. A significant implant to the area. So ahead of the curve, she marks a new era in Wilmington's evolution. Even earns an entire spread in the local paper. She's radically forward-thinking, deeply compassionate, and unapologetically gay. Though only a tad older, this fusion community looks up to her. Even her peer contemporaries consider her Mama Punk.
These characters, and a few more supportive, are part of this musical episode. But remember, this series will serve a second batch of 80s character goodies in episodes 9 and 10. But with the contemporary genres of their current times. Fusion familiar. Voice of the cameos. Kenny Step, Kia Kitten, Magic Sam, Ruby Charles, Neej Wahid, Pinball, Tucker Steve, Raven Blue, Spider Spit, and Godfrey Mudapo.
Also featured in episode 10 are other notables, like Bonnie John Yolix, Long Boy Jody, Paula and Paula, plus Snuggle Tugs, and others.